Hey, Jewel. Whoa, 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 I didn't come to fight, man. Put that sword away. You know, man, I just came here because I wanted to apologize for what happened to you in Halo 5.
What?
You know, in Halo 4, you were like my favorite character, and I love the elites. I just think that you probably should have had a little bit more screen time in Halo 5. There, buddy. They might have a spot for an elite in Halo Wars 2.
What?
Of course, man, you're awesome. So do you feel better now?
What?
Whoa, did you see that? I got him again. You're a douche. What's up, fellow collectors? Today I'm talking about the Halo 5 Guardian Spartan Technician, exclusive to Toys R Us action figure. Very, very great looking figure, and I'm very excited to have it. It's pretty much a repaint of Tanaka that we've seen from the Halo 5 series, but I do like the way that this green looks, just looking at the packaging, you know, how vibrant it looks, and I'm very happy to get it out and check it out with my own two eyeballs. You got a nice battle rifle that comes with, and also a pistol there. You got a rendered picture, what they look like in the game, looking all Spartan-like there. Spartan Technician, 27 moving parts, and then you also get a requirement pack that you can use for extra downloadable content in the Halo 5 game. It's always nice. On the back here, you get to see all the figures that come out with the series. Ton of cool looking figures, which I'm very happy about because, you know, the last couple series from McFarlane for the Halo line have been pretty small, and it's nice to see a bunch of figures lined up and with a bunch of exclusives too down at the bottom. Very good looking stuff. I'm going to go ahead, open this figure up, and review it. Alright, I got this figure opened up, and I'm really happy to say I didn't get any loose joints or anything weird like that. Very happy about that. It seems like McFarlane's quality for the newer lines has really improved. I've seen a lot less loose joints and kind of weird quality issues that I've seen with the previous Halo Reach and the Halo 3 line. So big ups to them on that. Let's talk about what it comes with here. First, you get a Halo 5 requirement pack. So if you play the Halo 5 game, you can go ahead and punch in one of these codes, and then you get some free downloadable content stuff. You know, you can get some different, you know, all the different requirements stuff. I haven't really played Halo 5 too much, so, you know, I'm pretty unfamiliar with the requirement packs, but still, it is pretty nice that McFarlane has partnered with 343 in that way, to where they include some extra swag for buying their figures. You also get a pistol, which is nice. You know, I like the detailing on that. Nice sculpt work, very resemblant of the pistol that you see in the Halo 5 game. Then you also get the battle rifle here, which looks very, very awesome. I love the paintwork and detail all around. Great sculpt and very reminiscent of the Halo 4 and Halo 5 model of the battle rifle that we see. Very, very awesome. Both of these weapons come with weapon pegs, as you can see, kind of sticking out of guns there. And the great thing about these is you can go ahead and stick them right on the backs of the figure, and they fit in nice and snug. They're not going to fall out, just for some storage. And it's also great for the pistol as well. You could store that right onto the thigh there. You got another hole unless you want to put it on the left-hand side, or you can use that for a grenade if you want to. Even though this figure doesn't come with any grenades, but if you have any from the previous lines, go ahead and just stick that right on the side. I like the way this looks on display like that, all gunned out, you know, all loaded up, just ready for a mission briefing, ready to go jump in and take on some of the Covenant. Very, very cool looking stuff. Now the figure really does do a great job holding onto the weapon. Very snug fit into the hands, and I'm happy about that. And you know, with the amount of range of motion you have with the articulation, the arms and the wrists and all that stuff, you can really do a wide variety of poses with the gun, so I'm happy about that. You can, you know, have her looking down the scope of the rifle, or you can have it real up close to her face, or you can make it look like they're reloading the gun. You know, there's a whole lot of different display options you get with all the articulation that they have up in the front here, so that's really nice. And of course, they do a great job holding the Magnum as well. It looks really good in the Spartan's hands. I really do like the way that this looks. Very, very deadly looking with the hands of the Spartan there. And I think that, you know, the Spartans really generally do a great job holding on to the UNSC weapons in general. With the Covenant weapons, it gets a little bit more tricky with the trying to get them into their hands and whatnot. But for the most part, pretty much the UNSC weapons are perfect fits into all of the Spartans' hands. Now talking about the detail here, I love the paint and sculpt all over the figure. I love this vibrant foresty type green that they used. Very, very nice. And, you know, I'm more of a fan of greens on Spartans anyways, like, or just darker colors, because it has more of a militaristic look to me. You know, when you start getting into the really bright colors, it just doesn't seem like a Spartan would actually be painted like that in, you know, real life, I guess. Probably depending on the environment that they're, you know, going into. But still, I feel that the greens and the blacks, they just appeal more to me than the brighter colors of Spartan. Now, there's a lot of great sculpting and detail work all throughout the figure. Very reminiscent of the Technician type armor that you see within the Halo 5 game. And you know, I'm not really that big of a fan of the new armor models that 343 has come out with the Spartans. But when I see them in action figure form, it actually makes me like them a little bit more because, you know, just seeing them up close and in personal like this really does make me appreciate the armor design a lot more. There's a lot of great sculpting and detail in the back here. You got some wires coming out of the armor and then some also little antenna stuff going on. Very, very cool looking. Definitely like the back piece there and all the way down. Nice sculpt on the legs. You know, McFarlane always does a great job with their sculpt and their detail, and you know, I'm always just super impressed every time I open up one of these figures with how accurate they are with the detail. You know, I notice things on their action figures that I wouldn't notice on the figures, you know, in the actual games, and then I'll go and look at the, you know, the character in the game and be like, holy crap, they actually do have that on their armor. You know, so it's like scary accurate how, you know, McFarlane actually does with their line. Now, as far as articulation goes, this figure has a lot of great articulation. You get a nice 360 you could do with the head, and there's no type of armor or anything really restricting that articulation, which I love. You can do a nice 360 motion at the upper arm there. You get a nice ball hinge at the elbow and then also at the wrist as well. You got some decent amount of articulation at the waist. At the legs, that's probably the most limited part of the articulation here. You know, I can't really bend back or bend forward too far, but you know, it is just enough to kind of bend the legs out a little bit, get into like a jogging type pose or something like that. You got a ball hinge at the knee and then a ball hinge at the ankle, and then there isn't any toe articulation with this figure. It's all one solid piece. So overall though, this is a really awesome figure, and I really do enjoy this kind of emerald green paint job that it's got. Very, very cool looking. And you know, if you're just a fan of the Spartans, fan of the Technician type armor, I definitely recommend picking the figure up. And you know, for a lot of the Spartan figures, you know, it really depends on what type of characters you like, or what type of color you like, or what type of armor you like. That's gonna really be the deciding factor for you picking up that figure in particular. You know, I'm a fan of pretty much all the Halo stuff, and I pretty much pick up anything Halo related I can get my hands on, because I'm just like that much of a fanboy. But you know, as far as just a normal casual collector, they're probably going to go after the, you know, the Master Chiefs or the main characters, you know, the actual figures that are part of Blue Team or Fire Team Osiris and stuff like that. But for, you know, the extended collectors, they're probably going to go more forward towards, you know, just whatever they particularly catches their eye. And this one really catches my eye, and I know when I put it on display with all my other Halo figures, it's going to look great. Make sure you check out my channel, guys. I got a ton of Halo reviews on there. I also collect other lines as well, like Mega Bloks, Star Wars, Walking Dead, Mortal Kombat, and all that other nerdy stuff. Make sure you subscribe, because I come out with new videos every week, and I will see you guys all in my next review. Thank you all for watching.